Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little introduction to this video and explain what this video is about. So, last night, I got the honor and the privilege to Zoom call with my friend Molly and a group of high school students. And I told them about my story with having cerebral palsy and what it's like to live with the disability. And some of the questions that they asked me was, number one, do you like to have a disability? And I said, having a disability is all I know. I don't know any different. And if I could change it, I totally would. But these are the cards that I just got dealt, and I'm just blessed and thankful that I have a voice that I can talk and communicate with people and hang out with my friends, talk with my friends, have conversations with people, and interact with them. And and then somebody asked me what if I could change something about my disability with cerebral palsy, what would it be? And my answer was I would still be like okay with having cerebral palsy, but I wish it was the mild version of cerebral palsy, so I could like walk and transfer in and out of my wheelchair by myself, transfer in and out of bed, and like shower by myself, do all my care by myself. But that's not how the plan went. But I'm very thankful for my family, for the different caregivers that I've had in the past that have done a wonderful job with my care. And I've had caregivers in the past that were still friends today, and we text and talk on the phone, and we do all that stuff. And I told them they asked me, question number 2 was, were my friends accepting or acceptive of my disability? And my friends growing up didn't know any different. They just accepted me for the person that I am. They didn't see my wheelchair at all. And we would hang out at school, and when I was in elementary school, we would play on the playground. I was involved in track and field. I did gym activities just like any of like my friends did. When I was in middle school and high school, I went to dances. I went to homecoming football games. And I was involved when I was in high school. I was involved in dance marathon, and I did choir. And when I was in elementary school, I was involved with choir for 5 years. And then when I got to middle school, I took a break and did 1 year of choir in high school. And I talked about how they asked me how I did my homework at school, and I told them I had my teachers scan my worksheets into the computer, and I would complete them that way. and then the next morning I would go to school and go to my study hall room and print out any assignments I had to get ready for my classes. And if I forgot something at school, like a homework assignment, that was totally on me. So my teachers treated me no different than any other kid in the building, which I thought that was a phenomenal thing. Like, I didn't like being treated different. I liked being treated the same. I was just like anyone else. Yeah. So, and they asked me, question 3 was, did I play any sports as a kid? And I told them that I did swim team growing up. I played soccer growing up. But I mostly did swimming. I was on a neighborhood swim team until I was about like 13, and then I graduated that, and then I also I don't know if it's still going or not, but I started a organization called Rainbow's End when I was in 4th grade, and it stands for enabled, not disabled, and I was on their swim team. We were called the Aqua Champs. We got jackets that said Aqua Champs on the back, and they were blue and yellow jacket, and we had matching pants to go with the jacket. It was pretty cool. And yeah, so I did that for like a couple of years, and then I had to kind of like move away from like doing the Rainbows and stuff. And I also did taekwondo, karate through Rainbows End, and I talked a little bit about that. Yeah. And question 4 was, how do you travel? And I told them sometimes I go on trips in my van with my family, and it's a wheelchair accessible van, and it has tie downs and a seat belt that like holds me in my wheelchair, and I of course have my seat belt on that my wheelchair has, but I have another strap that goes on to support me and stuff like that. And then for like flying and whatnot, I sometimes when I fly on an airplane, the passengers or the like airplane conductors put my chair, they break down my chair and put it under the plane, or to make things easier, I take my manual chair depending on the situation. And I talked about question 5. They asked me, do I enjoy motivational speaking, and I said yes. And I told them how my motivational speaking like passion for that started. It started when I was in elementary school through this program called Everybody Counts. And it was basically a program for people with disabilities to go around to different grade levels at your school and share your story with having cerebral palsy and teaching the students it's okay to like talk to people in wheelchairs. It's okay to like be friends with people with disabilities. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, we're just like anyone else. And so I would go around to different grade levels at my elementary school, and like we would all congregate in the gym, and I would get up in the front and share my story with cerebral palsy and how I was like a Riley kid growing up, and I explained to the kids why I'm in a wheelchair, why my legs don't work like theirs does, and all that kind of stuff. So Everybody Counts really inspired me to do public speaking and motivational speaking. And that's how my passion for that started. I also did some motivational speaking for the Joseph Maley Foundation, and that's how my friend Molly and I met, was through the Joseph Maley Foundation. So I explained to them what I did for the Joseph Maley Foundation, and I just talked about like things I enjoyed doing in my free time, like hanging out with friends, going to concerts in the summer, and going to the movies, all that kind of stuff. So they had a lot of good questions, and I just really enjoyed being on the call and listening to what questions they had. And one question that really stood out for me was, have you ever been embarrassed of having a disability? And I said, absolutely not. It's just the way God made me as a person, and I am more than happy and honored to share my story with having a disability. I'm an open book, literally. You can ask me any questions. I don't get offended by any questions or embarrassed by any questions. So, yeah. So, yeah, it was just a really good call last night, and I really enjoyed the girls. They asked me I told them that I had a YouTube channel, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's your YouTube? And so I gave it to them, and I gave them my Instagram account, so we follow each other on Instagram, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, the talk was like phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed that, and I really, really enjoyed doing the talk with my friend Molly. She's one of my best friends. We've known each other for a long time. Yeah. So it was just an awesome talk, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, no question about it. So smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and smash that subscribe button if you want to hear more content in the future. And I will see you guys later, and have a great night. Bye.